Hey, John.
Hey, Greg.
How are you, pal?
I'm doing awesome.
Good to see you again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to see you.
It's been a heck of a week, huh?
Has been.
How was your week this week? Tell me what's been going on with your week personally.
So, it's a slow time in the season for retail, but we still had a pretty good week over there at the shoe market, the day job.
So the week's going well, right?
Yeah. How about you?
It's going fine. The taqueria is running. We're selling food and beverage. So
Good.
I'm happy that the taqueria is running and people are going there and
No
eating.
No bumps in the road there.
There's always bumps in the road.
Gotcha.
There's always bumps in the road at Taqueria Azteca. And there's
Taco truck beer.
Taco truck, yeah. Taco truck water. Directly from Tijuana, right?
There you go.
Yeah, thanks for asking. No, everything's fine at
Good.
the taqueria. But
Excellent.
so this is our second episode of Big News.
Yes.
With John and Greg.
Exciting.
Right? Second
Split personalities.
Split personalities. One weirdo and one nice guy.
No, I would say that was the opposite.
So then
both a little weird.
Eccentric.
That's a good
Eccentric's the word that you use. Weird is for more like weird.
Eccentric.
Right? Eccentric is like almost complimentary.
Yes, correct.
Wouldn't you say so?
I agree with you 100%.
Right, eccentric.
Yes, but weird sounds funny.
Yeah, or you say effed up. Right, that's how you really say it.
That's right.
That's the exact way
We're both
you say
just
it.
little nuts.
Yeah, we're little nuts.
Anyways.
So then it's our second podcast, and the first one we worked through, and here we are again. We got a new setup here, right?
Yep.
A little bit easier, a little bit, working on lighting and whatnot. So we're here. So then, you're an Elon Musk fan, right?
Yes.
That and Made in USA. Those are like your
those are my passions.
two pillars.
Yeah.
In your life.
My hobbies and my investments.
Right. So then, tell me what's going on with Elon Musk, your hero, Elon Musk, your man.
I do think he's a pretty impressive person. I don't believe in say hero worship per se, but if there was a hero, it would be him, because he's literally taking it on to change the world, make it a better place over the long haul. So this week he did announce something very interesting coming up next week on SpaceX. If none of you will follow SpaceX, they of course have launched and landed 3 Falcon 9s over the last 3-4 days. One for an Italian satellite, one for military, one for Starlink. Actually 2 Starlinks now.
Right.
So they're busy schedule there. Those rockets take off. The bottom portion, the booster, does land. It's amazing.
Right.
They're working on a new project called Starship, and this is what we need to go to the moon, and eventually they plan on taking people to Mars, and that's going to be a fully reusable rocket. The base of
it's going to fly from here to the moon and then fly back?
Well, it's going to be made for multiple purposes. Right? So there's one, they are specially building one to go to the moon. Okay? Part of the Artemis project, which is NASA.
Right.
Okay? They've been selected to be the one that provides the landing vehicle. They might actually get to the moon before the current project, because NASA moves so slow. But anyways, the big deal is, and I don't want to drag this out, is that next week Elon is going to have a presentation in Boca Chica, Texas, with a fully stacked Starship, which is the top part, which will go into space, and then the booster, which does like the Falcon 9, which will get it out of the atmosphere and then come back and land. And tell about the progress, tell about expectations when they'll have a full stacked launch, which will be sometime this year. Right now they're waiting for FAA clearance down in Boca Chica to actually even be able to do it. But that's really exciting. On the Tesla side, of course, they had a record year last year. The Giga Berlin factory is completely ready to roll, just waiting for regulatory approval. Giga Austin is actually in production. They're should be shipping vehicles in the next few months, and they just released Beta 10.10, which is their full self-driving beta.
Right.
And already there's some pretty impressive videos of this showing up on the internet, YouTube, and so they're making good progress. It's going to be a while before it's really.
There's a lot you could talk about. There's a lot you could talk about concerning Elon Musk.
Go on and on, but we have more other
things,
present news
things
to discuss.
Next topic: U.S. politics.
Boy, there's a small one.
That's a small one.
Yeah.
So
little subject.
That's a small subject. So this week, I think the biggest thing going on politically, you've always got this other stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
And again, we want to be apolitical. We don't want to take sides.
Right.
We don't want to. That's the last thing we want.
Just explain things.
Explain things, right? So then, this week, I think the biggest deal in politics is the SCOTUS, right? Supreme Court pick.
Sure, Breyer deciding to step down.
Breyer's going to step down, and Biden promised to fill it with a African American female.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess he wants some diversity. Fair enough, right?
He made that agreement when he was running his campaign, and he's sticking to it.
Gotcha. Okay, so he's sticking to his deal, and so Murkowski. There was an article this week in Politico that Murkowski says, "Hey, let's pick somebody that the GOP will also vote on," which I think is fair.
Good idea.
Which is fair, right?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
There's no sense in stonewalling something so important, right?
I mean, you look at Merrick Garland. He would have been a great pick.
He got a raw deal.
He did. He would have been a great pick.
He got a raw deal, and it's Mitch McConnell's fault.
Mm-hmm.
He got a raw deal.
You can see it, though, how he is acting in his current position. Okay? Because he's not being as aggressive going after things and people as the left wants him to. Yet the right still says, oh, he should be pursuing...
The answer's in the middle.
Yeah.
The answer's in the middle. It's always in the middle.
Always.
And I have to say this. Talk about Merrick Garland. Neil Gorsuch.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's doing a good job.
Yeah. He's fine.
He's in the middle. Right? So at the time the Democrats were going berserk, but honestly, Gorsuch is doing...
He's fine.
He's doing an honest job.
Yeah.
You know?
Comey Barrett would be the third one that Trump got to pick, and she would be the most out there.
She'd be the most right.
Most conservative. Because
What's her name? What's her name?
Amy Comey Barrett.
Oh, yeah, she's in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in other words, if you shifted...
She's a member of that Catholic cult.
Right?
Correct. Isn't it like a Catholic cult?
Yes. So if you shifted her out of it and you had the other two Trump nominees and you had Garland in there, actually the court would be pretty practical. Roberts has shown himself to be a pretty pragmatic guy.
He's a pragmatic guy.
Yeah.
And he's a Bush nominee, right?
Yep.
And Roberts is doing a good job.
I think he's doing a good job.
You know, I mean...
He manages things well.
Even though it's 5-4, five conservative, 4 liberal, it still makes sense. To me, the Supreme Court, the decisions that they're making, I'm never going to like every single decision.
Right. And of course, now this is the important thing about Breyer stepping down now is if he didn't step down and in the midterms, the typical thing is the party in office loses control of Congress
And
and,
then
all
Mitch
that.
McConnell goes
and
berserk
Mitch
again.
McConnell does the same thing
Goes
he did
berserk
with
again,
Merrick Garland.
Right.
Blocks
Right.
it. So that's
Right.
an important subject that Biden has a fair chance to nominate somebody that he truly believes in. And I think, there are plenty, as Murkowski says, there are plenty of good African-American female candidates. Some have been talked about, maybe some even not, that would be excellent there.
There's one from South Carolina. I don't know her name. I haven't read about her.
Right.
But there's one from South Carolina, our neighbor.
Yeah, and that is that's the one that can't think of his name. The House gentleman that helped get Biden through the South Carolina primaries.
Yeah, Connors. Is it Connors?
I can't think of his
Conyers?
name. Anyways, he's a famous African American congressman from South Carolina.
Yeah.
And he
was part of he
this
actually,
is where
that church
Biden
that got
promised,
shot up. That church that got shot up. He was there.
Biden. Well, no, this is the one I'm thinking about. This is the one that Biden promised to him that he would nominate African American.
Gotcha.
He's a fan of the South Carolina.
I know you're talking about
who did not go to Yale and Harvard or any of those.
I know you're talking about
schools. So yeah, so that
we'll have to look him up.
I don't know enough about her to have an opinion on her. I've read up on some of them a little bit. I mean, I think most of them seem fine. In fact, there's mention in the article in Politico where Murkowski mentions one of the people that she actually voted for the D.C. Court of Appeals, which is considered notch below the Supreme Court in many areas, and she voted for her. So there you go. So Supreme Court's super important. It's supposed to be the apolitical part of the you got the Congress, the White House, and Supreme Court. Those three branches.
Right.
And they're supposed to be the least partisan.
So then one's a legislative.
Legislative, correct.
Which
that
is
would be Congress.
Congress is legislative.
Yep.
One's executive, which is the president.
Correct.
And the third one is
judicial,
which is Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 parts of our judicial system.
Oh, yeah, of our political system. Yeah. Our
3
political
parts
system.
Of our political system.
Yeah, right. So
there you go.
So that's super important.
And these are things that not a lot of people know.
No. They don't realize how it affects
the 3 branches, right?
Yeah,
and how they work, which is another podcast.
Go watch a late night comedy show and don't ask people; they have no idea.
Right. It's
one of the comedy bits.
Dave Chappelle will probably do something on it.
Dave would be hilarious on that.
He's a smart guy.
He would be.
I like Dave Chappelle. Another topic. That's the topic sound.
I like that. Good
you
job,
like that?
Greg. I like that topic.
That's actually a glockenspiel.
I like it. It's
good.
A
glockenspiel.
Yes.
Okay.
It fits into your love of German culture.
And of course, you have a red oak beer, which is
an American version of German Bavarian beer.
Right. Yeah. So here's our. That's right. So here's our next topic from America. Canadian Convoy.
Pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy what's happening in Canada. What's so it seems like to me that they're all protesting because there's a certain group of people who are protesting in Canada because they're against the vax mandate. Okay,
it's a Canadian thing.
Yeah. It's a Canadian thing, and then so the truckers are like, we're not trucking stuff.
Yeah,
we're not trucking stuff, right? And it's been, how long has it been? 2 weeks?
It's been like 2 weeks. And in Canada, 83% of people available to be vaccinated are fully vaccinated.
Do you know what the truckers said when they heard about this?
They said, heck no.
No. They said something else. They said, truck that. Truck that. I'm not... Truck that. I'm not getting a vax. Truck that.
This percentage of them, anyway. The majority of them are actually been vaccinated.
Truck that.
But there's an activist group that's not having
Truck that.
Truck that. It's overwhelmed Ottawa. Apparently, Ottawa is the capital of Canada. It's just stagnant now.
It's all over, man. It's all over. But that kind of goes into this thing about mandates.
Yeah.
Right. And honestly, we're apolitical. However,
we try to be.
We're apolitical, I think mandates are unnecessary. Can't
At this point, for sure, a federal one.
If this thing were like
a federal one,
if it was like Agent Orange and stuff,
yeah,
it was killing people like Agent Orange, then
it's different.
But this is just like a heavy duty, and no disrespect to people who have gotten. Died from it.
It was
no
worse.
Disrespect.
It was worse before there was a vaccine.
No disrespect.
Round of it.
But personally, I don't want to mandate. As a business owner, as a human,
on a federal level, no.
I don't want people telling.
But I'm okay with the federal government mandating it for their employees, because they are the employees of the government.
Right.
So that's an example.
Well, that takes me back to the Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. What they rule about the big companies, they don't have to.
They don't have to.
They don't have to.
That's private sector.
That's private sector.
I'm against that. I'm okay with.
But Biden was going there.
He was looking at it. Yeah.
I mean,
he was trying to certain size companies.
He was going there, and somebody sued the Biden administration.
Yep.
And the Supreme Court sided with
the business,
big business,
big business.
Which I'm
okay with.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
If you have,
I don't like the way they've handled abortion stuff, but it's another subject.
Well, right, and once again, if it's keep your hands off my body, it includes vaccines and abortions, because either
double standard.
It's a double standard,
right?
So you just got to be.
You can't make me get vaccinated, but you can make me not have an abortion.
Right.
I don't understand that one.
That doesn't make sense.
So.
Right. So
there's hypocrisy there.
Hypocrisy.
Yep.
So
if you are pragmatic and practical, you may not like abortions, but medically, it's safer that they're legal because they're going to happen.
I agree. But you know what else I say?
What's that?
Truck that.
Truck that.
Truck it.
Use a condom.
Truck it. I don't like it. Truck it.
I like that new word for you.
Right? Truck it.
Good. Truck it.
Right? Truck it.
Or you could do chuck it.
Chuck it. But I do truck it because of the convoy, right?
That's right. The
convoy. Truck it instead of the F word.
That's right.
Right.
The convoy. No, I got it.
Right. Okay.
I'm saying you could also chuck it, though.
Okay.
If you want to get rid of it.
Yes.
Chuck
yes.
it.
Anything else you want to add about the
truckers.
Convoy and this American news and
I think
coming from Canada?
I think
Canada is just like an extension of America.
It's in many
they
ways.
Just speak French, and they got a good and they have a handsome young prime minister.
Especially Quebec, Montreal, they speak French, but they are more of the American spirit than the rest of Canada in general. They actually at one point in the 80s talked about trying to secede to join the States.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
But
here's what I would want to finish up with
uh-huh.
is. It's a microcosmic look at what the whole world is starting to deal with. Because I believe that COVID is going to become endemic.
Dude,
it's Germany.
Germany's going berserk with this.
It's going to be here.
Austria's got mandates. Austria, it's a law in Austria. You have to get a vaccine. It's a law.
Yeah. Talking about mandates.
It's a law.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just.
I mean, I'm fully vaccinated, happy to do it. But it's one of those things where it's a choice.
It's a choice. So then, before we get finished with Canada,
okay,
in one word, because I already have the answer. That's why I'm asking the question.
Okay.
In one word, what's the best thing that has ever come out of Canada?
Rush.
I agree. That was my answer. Rush.
Rush.
I love it. I love it. Rush. You're right. That's the best thing. Right? Toronto.
Bless poor Neil Peart.
Neil Peart, man. God.
Yeah.
He died exactly 1 year after my father.
Wow.
January 7th.
Wow. I did not know that.
2019.
Wow. It did seem like it was close to that.
And my dad's 2018. Wow. So, isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
Two of my favorite people.
Yeah.
Right?
You went through a lot with trying to help your dad too. Bless you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So thank
you. So, we have another topic.
All right.
We have another topic. RV parks. This is good old Americana.
You're throwing this one out at me, huh?
RV parks.
You got me on this one.
I read an article.
Okay.
In Travel and Leisure.
Okay.
You can now, if you have an RV, you can now park your RV for free in the parking lot of any Cracker Barrel in America.
It's good marketing for them.
It's good marketing.
Yeah. That's all I can say. It's great marketing.
It's safe. It's safe. It's well lit.
Yeah. Have they added any other facilities and so forth? So, like literally, they can park overnight there.
Yeah.
And so if they set up in each Cracker Barrel, and they now have facilities.
They don't have a place where you can dump your waste.
Okay. They do have where you can plug in, or you can just park.
They didn't. I think just park.
Okay.
Park.
It's still cool.
Park.
Still cool.
Park.
They're gonna go get breakfast.
They don't have 50 amp service.
You get up in the morning. They're gonna go get the breakfast.
That's right. Go to the bathroom. Use their bathroom.
There you go.
Right.
That's right.
Just do a little sponge bath in the bathroom.
That's right.
Right.
Good plan. I like it. Clever.
So go Cracker Barrel.
Absolutely.
I've never been
you
there.
Got the country store, and you got the RV thing.
Have you been there?
Oh yeah, yeah. My dad's a big fan. We used to go there. First time I ever went, we were in Tennessee, in the Shelbyville area near where I went to the web school, my senior year of high school, and we had flown up on the Cessna 310, and John, the pilot, and my dad were like, "Yeah, let's go. There's a Cracker Barrel near here. Let's go check it out." We went there, had a great little lunch and blackberry cobbler. Fantastic. And they have a country store in each restaurant.
Wow, I've never been.
Pretty cool. There's one here in Greensboro.
I've been once. And I think there was a reason I went there once.
You're not sure what the reason was?
I think there was a reason why I haven't gone back.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not my style of food,
right?
But it's good quality for what it is.
Right,
it is.
right.
You want kind of country cooking.
But they are successful.
Yes, very much so.
They are successful. We have another topic.
Okay, super. Okay?
The Olympics.
Okay.
Tell me,
rolling.
So they're in China, right?
Yep.
The Olympics are in China. Yep. They're rolling. They're doing their shows. It's the Winter Olympics, right?
Winter Olympics, yeah, officially. I guess they had the opening ceremonies on Friday, I believe.
I see them curling, snow skiing,
yeah,
doing the moguls, right?
Yes. And we Americans won a silver in the women's moguls.
Okay.
The women usually do the best for us. Thank goodness for the women, American women. They win most of our medals.
Girl power.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else is happening in the Olympics? Because I don't follow the Olympics.
Well, pre-Olympics, it was a big deal with,
the diplomatic thing, right?
Diplomatic stuff.
The diplomatic
China does have this problem with the Uyghur. I can't pronounce it. Uyghur area where they basically use slave labor. I don't think you can bring politics into the Olympics. These people, their entire lives, they're working to be the best athlete they can be to compete on the world stage, and you want to not let them compete because of some political issue you have. I think that's silly. I just think it's silly. It's almost childish.
Well, I know America didn't send any diplomats this year.
I'm fine with that because that is a political thing. But the athletes need to be there competing. And by the way, Polo Ralph Lauren did respond many years ago when they got in a big kerfuffle about the uniforms being made in China that were being worn. I believe it was in the Olympics in London, maybe. Mm-hmm. Something. Anyways, ever since then, 100% of the uniforms in the opening and closing ceremonies are all 100% made in America now. It's pretty cool.
Made in USA.
Made in USA. In fact, this year.
An American uniform should be made in America.
Absolutely. Now,
right, and that's just fair and square.
I agree that wholeheartedly. I will say some
of
the uniforms that are worn by athletes in the events are sponsored by other companies, and those are not made here. They should be.
Right.
But sometimes the sponsor of those athletes or that particular sport do not do that. Mm-hmm. I would think that it would be nice if they took, what Polo Ralph Lauren has done and learn from that. Now, you go to shop for Polo Ralph Lauren products, the majority of them are imported. Typically not from China. Usually it would be somewhere in this hemisphere or maybe high-end, maybe Italy or UK or what have you, Portugal. But they do have some footwear that's made here, made in Maine, and that factory is the one they use to make the footwear now for most Olympics. In fact, this is the third Olympics in a row, when it's the second Olympics, 3 out of 4, where even the boots, the winter boots, were made in Maine by the Rancourt.
I'm gonna tell you what the best thing that's ever come from polo in my life.
What's that?
Polo green cologne.
When I was younger, that I
green,
100%.
Green.
I 100%
You gotta have the green, not the black.
I can't do cologne anymore. My sinuses and allergies, but I did
green.
love it. When I could do it. Polo green's phenomenal.
If you ever want to get me a Christmas gift or birthday gift,
polo green.
Some
it's
polo
made
green.
in America too.
Polo green.
There you go.
Put that on.
Good insight.
Just put that on.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You don't have to brush your teeth. Just put it on. Just put on a little bit of green and roll. Put on that flannel shirt.
All of a sudden, that flannel shirt looks better.
And
it
go.
Smells better.
Put on your Reeboks.
Yep. I wouldn't put the Reeboks on, but if you want to go that route.
Penny loafers.
There you go. Penny loafers.
I didn't wear penny loafers.
You can wear your Solomons are cool.
They're cool. I'm going 80s on you.
Oh,
man.
I'm
going 80s on you. That's what I'm talking about. Reeboks and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I'm going 80s on you.
Gotcha.
Because I'm going 80s.
Gotcha. Does that fit into any other segments you have planned?
No.
Sort of?
Yes, it does.
Maybe?
Yes, it does.
I'm just guesstimating.
You're making me out of order.
Lead-in.
That's okay. You're making me out of order, but guess what? We can do it.
It's a lead-in.
The lead-in is retro tech and video games. And I'm gonna. This is weird. So check it out.
Okay.
So then the reason I put this in our program this evening is because this morning I had a wonderful video call with a guy from Germany, Marcus Renault.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
So we had a
guy.
Cool dude, man. He can cook. This guy, he actually came here 2 years ago, and we had a hell of a time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we had a good
Great
time.
guy.
I mean, this guy, we
he
went.
can cook, but he's just a fun guy too.
Yes,
Good
yes.
guy.
I love Marcus. He's a heck of a guy. But so he sent me a picture. Listen to this.
Okay.
He sent me a picture this morning. I woke up to this of a real live Commodore 64 hooked up to his television. And it had all like the DOS, the version, whatever it was, 6 or whatever.
I had
it
a
was.
Commodore Amiga. Actually, I still have it. I haven't plugged it in like 25 years, probably.
Bring it, and we'll make a video like how
it still works. Probably
right.
Does in the attic.
But his works. And you know what he says to me?
If I kept it in the house, it probably worked. In the attic, I don't know.
You know what he said to me?
What did he say?
I can't believe he said this. He says, "I'm gonna try to hook it up and make a Zoom call with it."
Hey man, it's amazing what was done with that Commodore 64.
It would be the first. It would be the first Zoom call with a Commodore 64.
That computer was so
it was dope.
Far, it was
dope.
It was an amazing computer for its day. And you know what? It was made in America.
Was it?
It was.
Commodore 64.
It was made in America.
Commodore. So then, back then you had Commodore, and then you had, what was the one from Tandy? Tandy had one.
I had a TRS 80 or something.
TRS 80.
Yeah, I had one of those.
TRS 80.
Yeah. I programmed
From
it
Radio
to
Shack.
I programmed it to do like a little like police lights and little cars. Pong. I think like a version of Pong. Yeah, advanced programming there.
And Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak were trying to figure out. And
yeah.
at that same time frame,
they
were in a garage figuring out Apple.
Yeah.
Right?
They had done
Isn't that amazing?
They had done the Apple I at that time, which was just like a pegboard thing in a wooden case of Apple II was the production one.
So I think that's cool. So then, yeah. So that's.
The thing about '84 is when the Mac actually came out. 1984.
Oh
Super
yeah,
Bowl.
Super Bowl with that ad with the sledgehammer going into the screen, right?
Yep.
And that was kind of a revolutionary. It was a revolutionary commercial.
It was. It truly was. It was one of those things that made watching the Super Bowl the commercial bowl.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was a big deal.
Yeah, changed things.
That was a big deal.
Steve Jobs changed things. talking about change the world, like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and Wozniak, but it was mostly Jobs' vision. You know,
Wozniak was like
Wozniak was the
programmer
how
type
it
guy,
made
right?
it work. Jobs is the visionary, and he was known to not be the easiest to work for, much like Elon Musk. When you have expectations to be the absolute best or to change the world, knowing what people want before they know that they want it, that's unique and exceptional.
I agree. And I don't think you can mention Commodore 64 without mentioning Atari.
Yes, I did have a first round Atari game too.
You've got to talk about Atari.
My dad liked
and
gaming
Retrotech.
with me. My dad liked gaming with me.
I'm not a gamer.
I was then. I'm not now. Haven't been in decades.
I've never been a gamer, but you know what I am?
What?
Player.
A player, huh? Well, you are a player.
You get it?
I do.
I'm a player.
You are a player.
I'm a player.
You're super cool too. Ooh, he is a player.
And I'm not. And I'm
He's
not.
a player.
And I'm not drinking tonight.
Right.
I'm not drinking.
Right, because you don't want to drink me under the table.
I don't want to drink on the table.
Yeah, embarrass me.
All right. So that's Retrotech, right?
I love it. It's a great segment.
That was a good segment, right? Are you ready for the next one?
Ready.
Next one is the Super Bowl.
This can be concise, I think. Super Bowl. Watch the commercials. Got the Burrows, the up-and-comer.
Is Fran Tarkenton still playing?
He might be commentating on something, but I don't think so.
He's not a quarterback anymore for
no
Vikings,
anymore.
right?
No, we got Burrow with the Cincinnati.
Where's
Bengals.
Houston Oilers? Where are they?
Where
are they when I need them?
They're in Tennessee.
Huh?
They're in Tennessee.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, no.
When?
Yeah, they moved to Tennessee.
I had the wallpaper. With the white helmet.
Didn't you see Castaway?
Yeah.
At the movie, at the end of Castaway.
What would they say?
He gets back and she tells him that we went to the Super Bowl. We just lost it at the last second.
Oh.
The Titans. Tennessee Titans.
Oh, Tennessee
and
Titans.
Houston Oilers.
So now they're called the Titans?
And they're in Tennessee, Nashville.
And they exist?
Yes. That's the team.
I've never heard of them.
It's just like the Baltimore Ravens were the Cleveland Browns. They moved.
I've heard of Cleveland Browns.
Right. And then...
The Cleveland Browns don't exist anymore?
Well, they do. They got a new franchise.
And they're
the
called
NFL,
what?
The NFL let them get a new franchise.
So
Actually, excuse me, it's the Colts.
So what's...
How does that work? The Colts. Nah, it's complicated. I can't remember all that. But all three of those teams ended up... Irsay moved them.
Do the Cleveland Indians still exist?
Yes, they do. And remember from our last podcast...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Chief
Chief Wahoo. They had to change the logo. Chief pissed off some people.
Yeah.
Pissed off some people.
That's good. That's good continuity right there.
Yeah.
Bringing that all full circle.
Everything.
Anyways, long and short, Rams, they built to win this, but Burrow's been playing so good. I think it's a pick 'em.
So then it's going to be this coming Sunday, a week from today.
That's correct.
And it's going to be
all-star
in February. Typically it's in January.
Historically, it's been moving forward. They extend the season out, make money on more games. And then they got a week to have all these activities going on. Of course, we're in COVID, but not in COVID, right? So they got all these activities for the fans out there in LA.
You know what? I'm not in COVID.
Yeah.
I'm not in COVID.
So the point I'm saying is that last year, there were limited fans and stuff.
I'm over COVID. I'm over
even
COVID.
In LA, where the game is, it's fully open.
Good.
They got all kinds of festivities. It's going to be exciting. But... Again,
who's playing? You haven't said who's playing yet.
Yeah, I did. Cincinnati Bengals and Los Angeles Rams.
Nah, I didn't hear it before.
Okay.
I didn't hear it before.
Joe Burrow is the quarterback.
I don't have on my headphones.
Cincinnati Bengals. And then I said that the Rams are built to win it. Los Angeles Rams.
Ask me who I'm going for.
Who are you pulling for?
Bengals.
There you go. Rebel.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because they had some good songs in the 80s.
There you go.
Walk Like an Egyptian.
There you go.
The Bengals.
The Bengals.
I'm going for the Bengals.
Yes.
They had good music.
I don't think the Bengals are actually playing. I think it's the Bengals.
Oh, it's B-A and B-E.
So it's like...
Oh.
Yeah. I like the idea though. I would be pulling for the Bengals.
Oh, you're
too,
right. It's spelled differently.
Yeah, I would have gone.
But
for
it
the
sounds
Bengals.
very similar. I'm still going for the Bengals. I'm still going for the Bengals.
I like the concept.
Because it sounds close enough to Bengals.
I'm with you.
I'm going for it.
I like Joe Burrow. I'm going. Let's go with it.
Joe Burrow, he's the quarterback for the Bengals?
For the Bengals, yes.
Okay, so we're going for the Bengals.
Yes.
All right, so we got $100 on Bengals?
No. I don't bet. I'm not a gambler.
You're not gambling?
I don't gamble. I know. People think I do. I carry around my iPad, all that. People ask me gambling advice, but I don't gamble. No. I have somebody even got me to sign up for a gambling app thing that's kind of like Robinhood.
Right.
I don't remember the name of it. Where you can bet this on that or this one. And he got points for it. I'm never going to use it.
I don't gamble. But you know what? For Super Bowl, if somebody like bet me $100, I'd risk $100 because that way I'd watch the Super Bowl. Because if I'm not betting,
and that's why most people do bet.
If I'm not betting, I'm still talking. If I'm not betting, I'm not going to watch it because I don't watch sports.
Right.
But if I have $100 on it, I'll scream and yell at the TV screen.
See, I wouldn't enjoy it if I haven't bet on something because I like to go with the flow. Unless it's my team, like if the Dolphins are playing, I'm all in on the Dolphins. But I like to watch the game and enjoy it for what's happening. I kind of, as the game goes on, I'm like, whoa, that was a great play. But if you bet on something and they have a great play, then all of a sudden you're not enjoying it if it goes against your bet.
I understand.
That's why I don't bet. But the point
I'm like Han Solo. I'm like Han Solo, man.
Uh-huh.
Never tell me the odds. Right?
That's right.
When he was going through the asteroid field?
Absolutely.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And C-3PO gave him the stats on getting through that asteroid field.
Absolutely.
And he says, never tell me the odds. That was cool.
That was cool.
Wow. Okay, so are you ready for our very last segment?
Absolutely.
Are you ready for this?
Ready.
Zippers. Zippers. Let me tell you.
Okay.
I was at the store today and I was zipping up my Levi jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked down at the zipper to see if it said YYK.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
And it didn't. And I was like, I really haven't thought about zippers. I've never thought about zippers in my life. I mean, I never really sat down and said,
But you know YYK is the largest zipper manufacturer in the world.
Yes, because YYK is everywhere. It's always stamped on my zippers.
Right,
and so
right.
I'm like, YYK, right? So
that's an OEM. Levi's is big enough that they have a contract manufacturer make their zipper. Could be UCAN, it could be YYK, but that's what that is. It's you have an OEM producer there. But YYK is so big that many companies choose to let them put their logo on there as it's a sign of quality on their outfit.
I see. So then even though it didn't say YYK, it could have been made by YYK.
Potentially.
Oh, I thought they always said YYK.
No, that would be a choice of the vendor. You would pay more to not have YYK on there probably. But again, it could be, there are at least 5 or 6 good zipper manufacturers in the world. I know that UCAN is the biggest U.S. based one out of L.A. But YYK has 2 factories in the U.S. as well as I don't know how many in Japan back where they're based. I'm sure they probably have one in China, a couple in Europe. They're the biggest.
Now.
Oh, but you know what else is funny?
Before this, I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm leading you in.
Oh, okay.
Before we press record on this, you told me that a company was born from YYK.
From zippers.
Yes.
From the name. Yes.
From zippers.
So the gentleman that invented what is now the modern
Zippo lighter.
Yes, lighter. The Zippo lighter. He needed a name, and he was impressed with this new invention called the Zipper. And he's like, I'm gonna name my super cool lighter after the Zipper. So he called it Zippo. Now, his was the most functional lighter of that type ever made. It was inspired by one from, I believe, from Austria or somewhere in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
But he was the one that made it so functional. In fact, that whole thing where it clicks open and clicks close and all that stuff, that was part of his invention. And
Can we make a deal?
what's that?
Can we do a podcast one day on just Zippo lighters?
Sure.
Is that
I think
possible?
that would be fun.
Is there enough meat there
Yeah, I think
to
absolutely.
do a whole podcast
Yeah.
on Zippo lighters?
Well, all the things that run together with them. I mean, including they own case knives now too and such. But,
So there's enough meat there
yeah.
to do a whole segment
I would
on
say
that.
we could do a highlight segment, maybe like a 10 or 15 minute
Okay.
part.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so we could do an in-depth moment on a specific thing. That'd be great.
It'd
I'd
be
love
good.
that. I think it's a great idea, Greg.
Well, I think this has been a cool
Yeah.
evening. It's been a cool evening.
Absolutely.
I wish I had a beer, but I don't have one today.
But we
I
had
didn't
wine
feel
last
it.
time.
We had wine last time.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
Just
I didn't
feel
feel it today, right?
Cool.
So, fortunately, drinking is an optional thing for us, right?
Absolutely.
It's optional,
100%.
and but I had a good time, man.
I think
I
that's
had fun.
Yeah.
This was a good conversation.
Absolutely. I enjoyed it a lot. I think it went well.
We just talked about some random stuff,
You did it. Yeah, you did a great job of putting the concepts together.
relative stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
this is all very
did
relevant,
really good.
right?
Absolutely.
It's relevant, but I think we had fun, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for this good time, man.
Thanks for all the work you put into put
is
all
awesome.
together.
This is
You did
awesome,
a great
man.
job.
This is very cool, man. Thank you, man.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Good
See you
night.
next time, man.
Yep.
Bye. Bye, guys.